Hi, my name is Omid Daryani. I'm the Senior Brand Manager of the EverQuest franchise. Welcome to the Roundtable. With me today is Creative Director Jeff Butler.
Hello, everyone.
And the question we're discussing today is, in EverQuest Next, should there be open world building as there is in Landmark? And we sort of heard two of the most popular answers. The first one was yes, but only sort of in designated city zones. And the other one was, yes, we want it to be exactly like in Landmark. And so what did we think of that?
I think we were very happy with those responses. Those were the two majority answers, and I think our philosophy kind of falls in the middle and encompasses a bit of both.
Mm-hmm. So will we have open world building in EverQuest Next?
I don't think that we will see open world building exactly as we see it in Landmark in an unrestricted fashion. I think it's going to be very important for us in EverQuest Next to provide a directed gameplay experience, your typical massively multiplayer game from a 100,000-foot view.
So, I mean, one of the things that will happen, right, is if you can just put claims everywhere, that starts to interfere sort of with the AI and other player experiences, right?
Absolutely. I think it would be daunting to try to create a system. We're very excited about our collaboration with Storybricks and the technology and the AI that we're creating. We're looking forward to the opportunity to have orc villages that spring up in the middle of a field. I would prefer that in those areas of gameplay that we err on the side of entertainment for the player and the directed experience. So that's my expectation for the open world, which is not to say that players won't be able to build. I would like them to be able to build in a Landmark fashion off of that beaten path, out of that open gameplay environment.
And then, so that basically means, certain areas where people have a lot of freedom, but there's still going to be a little bit of a restriction, right? Because we're not going to let people build sort of the science fiction and Western. We do want people to stay in the EverQuest Next art style.
Absolutely, it'll have to stay in the fantasy style. So things like vampire castles, buildings that are themed for Halas or Kinos, things of that nature. Those are the ones that will belong in EverQuest Next.
Awesome, and then. So one of the things, too, that we've been doing a lot of is running these contests, such as the Landmarks of Landmark. And so one of the things that I've heard discussed is the idea that players will be able to get or earn some amount of spaces in the cities or around the cities through winning some of these contests. Can you talk a little about that?
Absolutely. So if you look at the current Landmark community, we're amazingly happy. We talk about how the community has come together, how they've built upon one another's works, and how they've inspired one another. We always felt that even we as developers, creators of the world, would be inspired by those creations, and then work together with the players to refine and to improve the overall look of these places. So one of the ways that I think that's going to manifest in EverQuest Next, think about the city of Kinos. In the suburbs and surrounding areas or within the precincts of the city itself, we want to leave open spaces where contest winners, people who have gotten to the absolute pinnacle of community building, people who have helped us set the visual style and the tone for these areas, we'd like them to have the opportunity to win contests or what have you. And
earn their place.
Exactly, earn those places where their creations can be on display for everyone. And of course that would be different from server to server.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't know, that sounds incredible to me, right? Really kind of a completion of this vision, right? Like people come into Landmark and learn how to use these tools and become experts at them and make such an impact on our game and our game design and the beauty of our world that we then offer them the ability to really own a certain part of it for themselves.
Absolutely, to effectively display the fruits of their creativity. We talked, over the course of the last several years about how players were going to be contributing. This is one of those specific areas that everyone would be able to see.
Yeah, so this is really awesome. I'm really excited about this direction. We definitely want to hear from you guys and let us know what you think.
Definitely.
We're still in the process of designing how this is exactly going to work, so your ideas will be really valuable as we continue. Thank you very much for joining us, Jeff, and thank you guys for being with us on the Roundtable. We'll see you next time.
Thanks, everyone.